In this video I'm going to be reviewing the Sculpfun S30 Pro Max laser. This is another 20 watt diode laser. This was sent to me by Geekbuying in exchange for doing this review. I'm getting quite good at building these, but I won't dwell too much on the build. There is a very good video on the Sculpfun website that shows you how to build this. I'll put some links in the description so that you can check that out if you need a bit more information. But it was all very nicely packaged and very straightforward to build. You get a nice set of tools as well for doing this. Very rigid frame, very impressed with that. The way it all goes together fixes it very nicely. And there's some really good features on this laser. It actually comes with air assist as part of the package. So I'll just have a look at some of the features. This shows the focus adjustment knobs. These are very easy to use, very sturdy. Very high quality silicon tubing for the air assist. And the air assist pump, very powerful and very quiet. It's got these little shock absorbing feet so it doesn't vibrate. Very impressed with that. And there's a linear rail on the x-axis. Limit switches. These work very effectively. One of the cool features of this laser is that it automatically turns the air assist on and off if you set it up in Lightburn to do so. Because for engraving you're best having the air assist off, and for cutting you're best having it on. If you look here, this is Lightburn, and you can see at the top right there I've selected air on or air off for these different cuts or burns. Focusing is done with this little metal bar, little metal rod. You just tighten up these wheels at the back, these hand knobs. Remove the spacer, the focusing spacer. Then you can torque these up a little bit with the special tool provided. It's all very, very rigid actually, and the linear rail worked really nicely. So start off by doing the framing, make sure I'm actually positioned properly on the workpiece. I'm using a laser enclosure here, which I think is essential really for safety and getting rid of the fumes. Always put your safety glasses on. There are safety glasses provided with the laser. Just closing down the cover, and here's the finished results. So I was testing out here with the air assist on and off for various things. You can see it's a bit sooty, the engraving, if I have the air on for that. Air off for the engraving's better, although this was rather a deep burn, so there's still a little bit of smoke or scorching around the edge of the engraving. But the far right one is the best. That's for engraving with the air off and cutting with the air on. Time to do my usual test burn, which I use for testing out these lasers, and this is a dice or a die. You can see the laser working here, and you can see the smoke being generated. You can see where it's cutting through. The smoke is coming out from underneath the plywood there. You can just see it towards the back. So shut the lid down. This has got smoke extraction on this housing. Just see it working again there. This is just cutting the holes in the side of the dice. And this is actual speed. Being 20 watts, it's very powerful. There it is. All ready. Worked beautifully, cut it out very, very neatly. It all slotted together perfectly. Nice tight joints, all perfectly square, very good. So I then designed some little mini ones and burnt a set of those. So it all works really nicely. Quite a bit of noise from the fan, the air assist and the extraction fan. But here they are, all cut out. And these two slotted together very nicely. But certainly a very capable laser. Very nice quality. And then this is another design I've come up with. This is for a lamp. For a battery operated LED tea light lamp anyway. Just cutting out this honeycomb pattern I've created. You can just hear a bit of the noise going on there. Not so bad when the cover's down. And here's the finished cut. Another perfect job. I really like this honeycomb hole pattern. There's lots of scope for building things with this. The next job is to do the build, so I'm just masking off around the edges. So I'm going to cover these with tissue paper, these hexagonal holes. Bit of Gorilla wood glue, and I'm using a sponge here just to daub on the glue, because I don't want runs or anything. I just want a fine coating of glue on the inside of each of these pieces, and then sticking down tissue paper onto it, and then letting that dry. Here I am doing the others. But using a sponge works very well. Scalpel blade now just to cut out around the sides. And peel off all the masking and the excess that I don't need. They all come out perfectly. And it all slots together very, very nicely. Very satisfying building these things. Here I am just building the base. And I find the best way of gluing these is to assemble them dry and then glue up the inside of the joints. Just paint a little bit of this wood glue along the inside of the joints. Not so you're covering the tissue paper or splurging it around too much, just a little thin line along the joints, and that's enough to hold it really nicely. There it is. Once the glue dries, it all disappears. And I've also cut out an extra little ring that fits the battery operated tea light perfectly. Just showing you how bright it is, and it works very nicely. I was very pleased with that. Well, thanks again to Geekbuying and to Sculpfun for sending me the Sculpfun S30 Pro Max laser. Brilliant, loved it. Very good bit of kit. Quite good value really, considering the features on it. It's quite a compact design, and the frame is certainly very rigid. The linear rail on the x-axis is really good. Very good idea, very smooth running, very stable. Having the built-in air assist is a huge bonus really. Very nice quality, very quiet air pump for the air assist. It's got nice rubberized feet to keep the vibration down, and it's all wired into the main control box, so that when you use light burn you can select for different cut layers whether you have the air assist on or off. So for cutting, always have it on. For engraving, you're best to have it off, although for some engraving I prefer to have it on for deep engraves, deep burns into wood, especially where you can then sand the surface back a touch afterwards. I quite like having it on. But for most engravings, shallow engravings, you would turn the air assist off and you select that in light burn in the cuts and layers section. It's certainly a chunky laser unit, this 20-watt unit. It's very powerful, it's got a very fine cut line, very fine curve. It cuts very nicely. With the air assist, which is a very powerful air assist, it's actually very, very good. Hope you like the little lamp project. This is it in its unvarnished state. I think I might varnish it. Of course, it'll make the tissue paper somewhat more translucent, only for use with LED tea lights, of course. Otherwise you'll have a lovely little fire on your hands. But it was quite a satisfying little project. I might put the plans for this up on Etsy. I shall be back soon with some more videos. Many thanks for watching. Here's a few stills of the things I made with the laser. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll put some links in the description. Be sure to check those out. And I'll be back soon with some more videos.
More rubbish coming soon. Please like, share and subscribe.